Hello, I'm Strawbell. Welcome to another episode of FTB Interactions. Last episode finally got the Nether Wart chicken, and we got it set up to produce Nether Wart and to produce soul sand. And we kind of left off with the auto breaker that would also break Nether Wart, which we didn't want it to break. And how do we prevent that? Now, one thing. It says inventory. If it can't fit in inventory, it won't break. So if I put Nether Wart here now, in front of the machine, nothing will happen. It's only when there's a slot available it will break it. So what we could do is make sure there's soul sand. Let's do 3. And then the rest is occupied by sand. Now, if I place Nether Wart, nothing will happen. But when it's converted into soul sand, it'll break. The only problem now is that we have to pull out all the items except for, well, the soul sand, except for 1 or 2. You know, you want to leave 1 behind because that slot needs to be occupied. Now there's a more or less vanilla way, although I'm using an item conduit. Technically, you could do this with a hopper. So I'm going to say that this is active on a signal. And I'm going to measure the amount of items with a comparator that is inside the breaker. And if it's enough items to give a redstone signal, this will pull items out. And I'm going to fill up with a bunch of sand. Well, okay, it was a bit quicker than I wanted it to. Let's see. How strong are we here? Still 1. 1. 1. It's about 33 when it starts pulling out items. Ah, yes, you could see it was pulling out, well, it was pulling out sand, but it was pulling out items at that strength. So we need a filter. Then we just tell the item filter, the item conduit to only allow soul sand. So let's see, we put 1 back in here, 1 back in here. It goes on for a moment, but it's a bit too fast. Now I could slow this down and it will still pull out 2 items. Let's see, there's speed downgrade. I mean, it's electrical steel, it's not that hard, but I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to instead have a bunch more soul sand in there. But it's still a bit too much. So the signal is too long. $33 items. Okay, that works. So now I might be able to do 1 more. So soul sand will be coming in. This fires and pulls out 4. Okay, that works. And some soul sand stays behind and can be broken. And if I grab more soul sand, at some point this will flip on and some soul sand will be transferred. So this works. There's also a blood magic way using precision item filters on their transfer node things that I can't find, but I don't feel like going that route. I actually also don't feel like going this route. The route I want to go is what you can see here on my to-do list. And it's using integrated dynamics, which we haven't really used in this spec besides the wood and the mineral. But it's a really cool mod for measuring stuff and determining stuff, reading stuff in the world and writing out or doing redstone signals. And it's really powerful. It can filter on NBT, just tons of things you can do. And that's what I want to get into. Now we do have a load of these crystals. So let's request a bunch of that. And then we now need mineral resin. Now normally you would get them from a squeezer. And I think we could do that, but I would have to put a tank here. And I wonder if a portable tank will work. So if I remove this chest, no, wrong tool. I don't want to grab my axe. Normally, liquids would follow out one of these sides with the little gutter. So what happens if I place... Yeah, that works. So we do 10 mineral logs. We should get 10 buckets of mineral. Now eventually we will automate this. I should grab my... I should have tools in my inventory. And we're gonna need to use our basic chemical bath, and I'm afraid I'm gonna waste the Starlight that was in there. That's fine. It'll be empty now, right? Yes, and I can put my 10 of those in there. And I need a few variable cards, and they're 100 each. And what else do I use them for? Machine reader, writers. I don't need that right now. We will use it for something else later. Do that quite quickly. Also use it for this. I'll probably leave it in there for a bit. This was too much. That should give us 20 variable cards. And I want to get a labeler. Have everything for this? No, we don't. Black dye, that's the one. I want a book. I want a feather. Now I can make this. And I can make this. And I will explain what they're for. And the main thing we need now is a block reader, which takes an input variable, which takes an output variable. Sorry, no it doesn't. It takes an assembler, variable card, and 2 basic or advanced parts. 2 of these should work. And of course we have an advanced assembler, so we're going to use the advanced assembler. It's a lot faster. And it should give us 2 input variable transformers. I think I need some dirt and some cobblestone. And I can make a block reader. And for the redstone writer I need the opposite. Instead of an input variable I need the output variable transformer. I need redstone. At some point I should make another compressor. You're already filled up, nice. 2 redstone blocks, and that is my redstone writer. What else do I need? I need a variable store. I need to borrow my compressor again. Do we now have everything? There's a chest for the variable store. Logic programmer we should be able to get now. And I'm actually going to transform that into a portable logic programmer. I need my tank. No, I need the variable store. Okay, this should be everything that we need apart from a redstone torch. Like I said, Integrated Dynamics is a really powerful mod for reading stuff that's in the world. Now, for now, I'm going to toggle you to pulse mode. Did I take away all my soul sand? I did. So here there will be a block of soul sand. And what we're gonna do, actually maybe I should set it up right there. I put in my auto breaker on pulse mode, and I have my block of soul sand, and I'm gonna jump down towards bottom layer. My block reader is gonna be on the soul sand, and my redstone writer is gonna be on the auto breaker. The block reader won't give me UI right now. Now it does. The block reader tells me a lot of things about the block in front of it, or in this case above it. It will tell me the dimension, coordinates, the type of block it is, the biome, light levels. And in this case we really care about the soul sand, the fact that it's a soul sand block. So we're going to get the type of block in a variable. This is variable ID, we don't know yet. Variable ID 0. I'm the first person to make a variable card on the server. Unless it's personal. Anyway, I don't like variable ID 0. So I'm gonna take my variable card and I'm gonna call it block. World block. This is a block in the world. Right? Okay. Now I'm going to go to my logic programmer. I'm gonna get another variable card. And we're gonna say this is a block. And the block it is SoulSend. Right? So this now says variable ID 1, value SoulSend. And again, I don't like variable ID 1, so I'm gonna call this SoulSend. Right. And now what I need to know is if this is SoulSend, you need a pulse. Now, this writer has a number of options. I can give it a redstone signal based on a Boolean variable, based on an integer. I can give it a pulse based on a Boolean variable or based on an integer. I'm gonna go with Boolean, it's much easier. And that means I need equal. This is the output, and I'm gonna say if the world block equals SoulSend, that is this one. And I'm gonna name it because it's just much easier. Block SoulSend. And that is going to tell my redstone to pulse if this is true. And you can already see that there's an error. It can't read the variable with ID 0 or with ID 1. Sadly, it doesn't show me the names, it shows me the variable IDs, but it's these two is missing. And the reason is the variables are not in the network right now. So we added using a variable store, just put them in there. Ah, it just got a pulse. This is now reading or comparing and break the SoulSend and place a new Nether Wart. It won't break the Nether Wart because there's no pulse. Now, I've heard on our Discord server, FTOG Discord server, I was told that this may sometimes give a pulse even when it shouldn't. I've not seen it yet. If that does, I could change this card to be is not equal SoulSend and give it a redstone and change this to deactivate on redstone. Now, this is a really simple use of integrated dynamics, but it can do so much more, but I like how it works. I can read what's there and I can act on that. Speeding it up doesn't seem to help, but it still works anyway. So the thing affiliate warned me about on FTOG happened. So I need to change this a bit. So I've also decided to move this around so my conduit can go underneath here. I need to now change this to become not equals. So this one, world block, does not equal SoulSend. Then we're going to right click this to be deactivated on redstone. So currently it's not getting a redstone signal and it's gonna break all the blocks. That's fine. I'm gonna give it a redstone signal if it doesn't equal SoulSend. The question is, does this still work? It does still work. So it's recognized that this world block is coming from the reader, even though the reader is now placed. So if you take these out, you shouldn't get any more Nether Wart blocks in there. Just SoulSend. And SoulSend is then pulled into the cache here. So maybe, I don't know why. It's a server thing, it's a bug. I was told about it and I wanted to see it for myself. And I wanted to show you. So this is now deactivated because it's not SoulSend, and then it activates. And at night it goes rather quickly. And if we need, we could set up another second line of this to get more SoulSend. I'm adding integrated dynamics to this modular storage, which should now receive variable cards coming in from there. Ah, there they are. I swapped out my Mark II with a Mark IV that I still had in my system because this one is completely full. I can't add any more mods to this. We're starting a new list. I decided to move the soul sand indoors so I could hook it up to my LP system. Just ran the ender item conduit underneath the floor here. Now we got soul sand, but we're not there yet. Our goal is to run our diesel engines and on the best fuel we can get. There are 6 fuels that can be used in a diesel generator, the MV1 at least, I think. So we can do naphtha, which I'm not sure how to get there, to be honest. Sulfuric naphtha, distillation tower from crystallized fuel. Yeah, oil. 2 mini buckets for 32 EU in total. Not so good. 16 EU per mini bucket. Sulfuric light fuel is 40 EU per mini bucket. Ethanol is 102 per mini bucket. Biodiesel is 256 per mini bucket. Light fuel, a lot. Apparently 305 EU per mini buckets. Diesel is 480 EU per mil bucket. And then we can also go to cetane boosted diesel for 720 per mil bucket. Quadratic fuel, 22,000 per mil bucket. But we need a rich Nadraka and diffuse nitro diesel. And it needs an IV tier chemical reactor. No. But we can go for diesel. And how do we get diesel? We mix light fuel with heavy fuel, or we use empowered oil. But empowered oil, and this is the best route, requires empowered canola seeds. But empowered canola seeds require an HV chemical reactor. So that is the future, but for now, we can't do that. What we're going to do is light fuel and heavy fuel. Now, if you distill oil in the distillery, and we're going for the small distillery, again, talking on FTOG Discord, they told me that the large tower is tick heavy, and you don't really need it. And yes, it does give you 4 different products, but distillery, depending on the circuit, can also give you sulfuric heavy fuel, sulfuric light fuel, sulfuric naphtha, and sulfuric gas. So we want the heavy fuel and the light fuel, but not the sulfuric one, ideally. Now you can add hydrogen to the sulfuric heavy fuel to get hydrogen sulfide and heavy fuel without sulfur. Another route is to put the oil in a mixer first with a crystallized canola seed to make crystallized oil. Then the crystallized oil can be distilled into light fuel and heavy fuel directly without sulfur. So I think that's the route. That means we need crystallized canola seeds, which come from canola seeds and mineral resin. And that is why we have the mineral chicken and the canola chicken here, because we're going to need both of them for the crystallized canola seed. Now mineral chicken is mana powder, smart chicken, infinity dust, which we still have, and mineral resin. I'm trying to think, oh yeah, I can use Pythagore, I think that's easy enough. And the canola chicken is liquid Starlight with crystallized canola seeds and the smart chicken and another infinity dust. So I need to first make crystallized canola seeds, 64 of them, in the chemical bath with mineral resin, which we still have set up over there. And in between episodes, or actually yesterday, I planted a canola field right here, so that at least I have some of it to start with. And you get a bunch of seeds from a harvest. But also the canola, normally you would use to make oil, in this pack has only one purpose, and that is to make more seeds. Okay. We need 64 for the chicken. That would be just slightly over 3 buckets. probably going to be really slow again. So, meanwhile, let's fetch the other. We need infinity dust. I need 2 of those. I need smart chicken for that one and for that one, and I need mana dust. I have some mana dust. So actually, I should have pyro growth. What do we have in the form of mana dust? Oh, meta powder. We have 2. Yeah, we have about 5 buckets left. Now we should have a mixer in here, right? Yes, we do. We have the canola seeds chicken. We need liquid Starlight, 2 buckets, and we have buckets of mineral resin and mana powder. Start with that one because I have. Right? Oh yes, and the infinity powder, which I did request. Meanwhile, I shall get 2 buckets of liquid Starlight. That is mineral chicken done. Go in there, and you go. Not sure what to do with that. We'll see. That should be the canola chicken. That's also a quest. Oh yeah, that's right. I need to complete. I need to acknowledge that I should bring some night vision. Okay, I should have done that maybe. I didn't. So now 10 and then I got it right. So canola done. Mineral chicken. I need to get the mineral axe first. But I did get my Nether Wart chicken. That should complete. Nether Wart chicken. Does it need to be the 000 version? Well. Oh well. Guess I won't get that quest. Not sure if it's that important. Give me anything really good? 60 Nether Wart. Okay, I'm gonna breed, of course, this one up to 10, 10, 10. Both of them. And then we're gonna set up the whole diesel generation production line. So the steps are like this. First, we need to turn soul sand into oil. We get some byproducts. These I'm gonna store. I don't know. Maybe I think I might store them because I do have 1 barrel with sand there, right? So that is the first step. 1 MV centrifuge. Then we need to compress the mineral eggs that we get into mineraled crystals. So we're going to do an advanced compressor, which I have there, which is then turned by a centrifuge into mineral resin. So I have an advanced centrifuge. And we're going to get some byproducts. These we currently have set up downstairs from rubber oak. So yeah, we're going to basically move that or take that out and replace it with a centrifuge for mineral crystals into mineral resin. We're going to get the canola seeds straight from the chicken, and then we need to mix them in a chemical bath with the mineral resin that we just received. Then the crystallized canola seeds are going into a mixer with oil to become crystallized oil. And the crystallized oil is distilled, and we need 2 distilleries for that. 1 for light fuel, 1 for heavy fuel, which is then mixed, so we need another mixer, into light fuel and heavy fuel into diesel. So I need a bunch of machines set up downstairs because, you know, this is not the on-demand crafting. This is going to be more or less always running if we need it. So this is going to go away and be replaced. And then we're going to set up on the MV line, which is right here. all of the processing. It was a tight squeeze, but everything is in line. It's starting here. This hole was already there, and it ends just here. I was literally, I had to move this out of the way, but literally fits exactly between this conduit and the battery buffer. So, what do we have here? This is the Centrifuge Making Oil. This is really slow. This is the bottleneck at the moment of the system, because this is oil, but as you can see it's empty, because all the oil is being sent here. What else do we have? Well, we have the mineral chicken in here, and the mineral chicken lays enriched extract are sent to the compressor to make crystals that are being centrifuged to make mineral resin. Mineral resin goes into here on a priority 0 and goes to the neighbor on a priority 1, along with with canola seeds coming from this roost. Well, they will come from the roost. I've been going through my existing supply of canola seeds first. These are then sent to the advanced mixer with the oil to be turned into crystallized oil. And as you can see, this is slow. However, when we get 1 bucket of oil, we do get 5 buckets of crystallized oil. So that's pretty good. And you can see mineral is easy enough. The crystallized oil is sent to this distillery on configuration 0 for light fuel, and this distillery for heavy fuel. It won't even show me that's how fast it is. And the light fuel and heavy fuel are sent to the advanced mixer to make diesel. And the ratio, 1 bucket of heavy, 5 of light. So we need 1 more bucket of light fuel, and then we'll have another bucket or 6 buckets of diesels. Now we use a lot more light fuel than heavy fuel, and yet the contribution to the distilleries is equal. I mean, I can set this to round robin, but I can't tell it, give 1/5 here and 4/5 here. No, can't do it. Okay, though, at some point heavy fuel will fill up here when it has 64 buckets, and then this one will fill up with 64 buckets, or whatever the one is for heavy, and then that means light fuel will get more crystallized oil at some point once this fills up. It's gonna be a while though. I thought the ender fluid conduit should be able to send both fluids in one go, but no, that didn't work, so I got 1 here on the back for light and 1 on the front for heavy. Let's see, light fuel is program 0. Yeah, so this is light. That's gonna send through the front, heavy coming through the back, and then diesel is sent over here to this tank, and we already have 101 buckets of diesel. That is pretty good. Quite happy with the setup. I did grab some canisters of the crystallized oil, which I can do oil in here as well now. That can go here. One is empty. Crystallized oil here. Why not? And diesel can go in here. But the book wanted me to get some of these cells. So we got a basic gas turbine, which we can use to get LV power from this methane, which we're getting from the mineral. Wood pulp. Yeah, so the previous setup would make wood pulp from the rubber log. This setup is making sawdust. But, you know, these two are the same. This one, they both have a void upgrade. This one, no, these don't. Everything is connected to the LP system. It is a bit of a dire wire, although it's really only some conduits here And yeah, LP is the one that's a bit going around this block here. Maybe I should move this one at some. What was this for again? Oh yeah, polyethylene, which is quite important. Anything else? We got crystallized oil cell. We get more ender fluid conduits. That's nice. We got crystallized oil can be turned into several things. You need to work out and balance how much you make for the last step. Balancing, like I said, is going to be very tricky, but eventually it'll work out. We're getting 1 MV diesel generator. Nice, but I think I'm going to need more than one. Else that I completed. Yes, advanced chemical bath. And I get a blaze morp. Why would I want a blaze morp? Blazing soup. Why? I don't know. And oh yeah, advanced mixer. Get more ender fluid conduits. Powered oil. Yes, like I said, we need HV for that. Wait, an advanced compressor. Nice. So all of the quests completed. A bunch of food that I don't want to try. I don't want to try this one either. I've been looking at the quest book to know where to go next. We should make the integrated processes with the assembly. I want to do that at least next episode. I've also had a look at yes, so the next tier for HV is stainless steel, which is not that hard. Stainless steel dust in an MV blast furnace, which we have. Chrome dust we have, nickel dust we have, and manganese dust we have. Probably already make that. Stainless steel. Have everything. What are? Oh, we're missing everything. Chrome. Actually, the chrome might be. Okay, I thought we had chrome before. Chrome. But anyway, not for this episode. But that would be one to go into HV tier, Signalum, at HV machine hall and parts. Or we can go to space, because this appears to be an MV quest line. Aluminium, we've done that. Polyvinyl chloride production is required. So an MV laser engraver, an MV assembly, silicon. Should not be that hard, right? So we need silicon. We have some silicon. I'm not sure where we got it, but we have some silicon. Aluminium and polyvinyl chloride. Polyvinyl chloride comes from vinyl chloride and air, which is LV. Oxygen, LV. Vinyl chloride is from ethylene and chlorine. I think we've done that, right? Didn't we use this for our ethylene? Doesn't seem too hard. So maybe the next stage, the next step would be space, which would be quite fun. I'm looking forward to building a nice space station. Yeah, maybe. Let me know what you think. Any ideas? That's it for now. This is a somewhat shorter episode, I guess. But, you know, I didn't feel like stepping into all the projects after half an hour of video. So I hope you don't mind. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm quite happy that we did get these all set up quite quickly, actually. Just this one episode. After that, we got to check in the last few episodes. So that's good. If you have any suggestions or any feedback or questions, just put them down below in the comment section. You know how it works. And then until the next episode, take care. Bye bye.